Hello students, today we are going to do the second part of the chapter 4, that is the atomic structure, in which I'll discuss about atomic number, mass number, isotopes and electronic configuration. Now, what is an atomic number? It is the number of protons present in the nucleus of the atom of an element, okay, and it is denoted by capital Z. Then comes mass number. What is it? It is the sum of the number of protons and the number of neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom of an element, and it is denoted by capital A. So mass number is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. So we can find the number of neutrons by subtracting atomic number from mass number. Okay. Now, for example, let us take sodium atom. Its atomic number is 11 and its mass number is 23. So, the number of neutrons are A minus Z. That means mass number minus atomic number, 23 minus 11, that is 12. Okay. So, here is the table in which the atomic number and mass number of first 20 elements are given. Now you can see this, okay. So in this diagram, suppose this X denotes the atomic symbol, okay. Capital A denotes the mass number, that is the sum of the protons and neutrons, and capital Z denotes the atomic number, okay. So we can represent an atom of an element in this way. Now let's take an example of helium atom. Suppose this balls, light, I can say it's sky blue colored balls. It denotes protons, red balls denotes neutron, and dark blue balls denote number of electrons. Now, if I ask you what is the mass number and the atomic number, what will you do? Mass number is the sum of number of protons and neutrons. So, it will be 2 plus 2, 4. And what is the atomic number? Either the number of protons, which is 2, or the number of electrons, which is also 2. So this is the continuation of the table, that is the atomic number. These are the atomic number and these are the mass number of the first 20 elements. Now in nature there are few elements, okay, which have the same atomic number but they have different mass number due to difference in the number of neutrons in their nucleus. For example, hydrogen. Hydrogen has 3 isotopes: protium 1H1, deuterium 2H1, tritium 3H1. You can see the figure. This is protium, which has, you can see, 1 proton, 1 electron and 0 neutron. Deuterium, you can see it has 1 electron and it has 1 proton and 1 neutron. Then you can see tritium. Here it has, how many protons are there? Okay, so how many protons are there? There are 1 proton, 1 electron, but the number of neutrons are 2. So in this case, what do you see? All these 3 isotopes of hydrogen, they have the same atomic number, and that is the number of proton, which is equal to 1. But what is different? The number of neutrons are different. In protium, the number of neutron is 0. In deuterium, it is 1. And in tritium, it is 2. Similarly, carbon also has isotopes as well as chlorine. Okay. Now, let's go through the properties of isotopes. The isotopes of an element have same chemical properties. Do you know why? Because they have the same atomic number. And due to the same atomic number, they have the same electronic configuration. So, isotopes differ from each other only in their physical properties like density, melting point, boiling point, because they have different mass number. Okay. Now here you see the isotopes of oxygen, okay, 16O8. So here what happens? 16O8, that means it has 8 electrons. As you can see, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay. It has 8 electrons, it has 8 protons and 8 neutrons. Then comes 17O8. So here the number of protons remains the same, 8. Electrons remains the same, 8, but protons is 9, okay. Then you see 18O8. Here the number of electrons and protons remains the same, but the number of neutron is 10, okay. 18O8. These are the 3 isotopes of oxygen, 1, 2 and 3, 16O8, 17O8 and 18O8. Now here I will show you examples of isotopes of carbon, 12C6, 13C6 and 14C6. So in 12C6 it has 6 protons, okay, as well as 6 neutrons, and it has 6 electrons. As you can see, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the green colored balls. Then in 13C6, what do you see? It has 6 protons, 6 electrons, but the number of neutrons are 7. In 14C6, what do you see? 6 protons, 6 electrons, but neutrons are 8. Okay. Similarly, we will see the isotopes of chlorine. So 17 electrons, 17 protons, but in 35Cl17 there are 18 neutrons, and in 37Cl17 there are 20 neutrons, okay. That means they differ in the number of neutrons in their nuclei. Now let's see the contradictions of Dalton's atomic theory. Now atoms are not indivisible. They can be further divided into electrons, protons and neutrons. And every atom of an element is not identical. Just now we found out that isotopes are the atoms of the same element, but they may have different physical properties, okay. So these are the contradictions, or you can say the drawbacks of Dalton's atomic theory. Now let's see the arrangement of electrons around the nucleus of an atom, which is also known as electronic configuration. Now electrons revolve around the nucleus in imaginary paths called orbits or cells. The orbit closest to the nucleus is called the first orbit, then comes second orbit, and so on. They are labeled as K, L, M, N, or 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see here, this is the nucleus. First cell K, second cell L, third cell M, fourth cell N. Okay. So these are the rules of distribution of electrons. Number 1, the maximum number of electrons in each cell or orbit is determined by a formula 2n square, where n is the number of cell. So if n is equal to 1, what do we get? The number of electrons? 2. In L cell, if n is equal to 2, the number of electrons will be 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. In M cell, the number of electrons will be, you see, 2n square. 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18. In N cell, n equals to 4. So 4 4s are 16, 16 2s are 32. And electrons are not accommodated in a given cell unless the inner cells are filled. That is, the cells are filled in a stepwise manner. Okay. So 2n square is known as Bohr-Bury scheme, as it was given by scientists Bohr and Bury. So you can see here in this table the electronic configuration. You see hydrogen atomic number 1. So only one electron in K cell. For example, carbon 6. So in the first cell or K cell 2 electrons, in L cell 4 electrons. Oxygen atomic number 8. First cell 2 electrons, in the second cell 6 electrons. Now the maximum number of electrons in the first orbit is 2, in the second 8, third orbit it's 18, and the fourth one 32. But the outermost orbit of an electrical neutral atom cannot have more than 8 electrons. Okay, and this is called as the octet rule. And if the atom has only one cell, as in the case of hydrogen and helium, they can have maximum 4 electrons in the outermost cell, which is known as the duplet rule. Okay. So, for example, neon. So, it has 10 electrons. So, in the K cell, it will have 2 electrons, and in the M cell, it will have 8 electrons. Let's take the example of potassium. It has 19 electrons. So, in K cell, there will be 2 electrons. In the L cell or the second cell, it will have 8 electrons. So, how many are left? 9 electrons. But the M cell or the third cell cannot have 9 electrons, because the maximum number of electrons in the outermost cell can be 8. That's why what happens in the M cell, the number of electrons will be 8. And then in the next cell, the number of electrons will be 1. Therefore, the electronic configuration of potassium is 2881. Okay. Now let's see what is a valence cell. The outermost cell of an atom is known as its valence cell or valence orbit. And what are valence electrons? The electrons present in the valence cell of an atom are called valence electrons. So the number of valence electron varies from 1 to 8, which also determines the valency of an element. We'll come to it later on. Okay. Now these are the orbital diagrams of atoms of the first 20 elements. So you are going to go through it. For example, let's take an atom of nitrogen. Its mass number is 14 and its atomic number is 7. So it has 7 protons, 7 electrons, and number of neutrons will be 14 minus 7, that is 7. So in this way you can draw the orbital structure of first 20 elements, which is in your syllabus. And here in this table, the atomic number, mass number, number of protons, number of neutrons, number of electrons, and valency is shown. Okay. So for example, if we take from here sodium, atomic number 11, mass number 23, number of protons is also 11, electrons is 11. So neutrons will be 23 minus 11, that is 12. And its valency will be 1, because its electronic configuration will be 281. So the valence electron is 1, hence its valency is also 1. Okay. Thank you.